the latest battle report from myself. It's Thursday. It's battle report night. I'm gonna have to go for a walk because I need to get something from upstairs. Sorry, you're gonna get a whirlwind door. Look at that. Oh no, you can't find me anymore. Can you find me again? Oh. Hang on, if I do this, it might. There we go. It knows me. So anyway, look at me go. Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, before anything else, Spadge is on his way. Well, Spadge has been, but I forgot to do this, so I'm doing it now. There you are. Hey. So anyway, without further ado, I just wanted to say thank you very much to all of our patrons, but especially to our VIPs. So here you are, Cara Newby, Andrew Stephen, Thomas Stott, Matt Roberts, Sean McKechnie, Grant Fraser, and Shane Kingston. Thank you very much for your continued support. It's great. And it means, as I said, we managed to get the podcast for another year, which is really good. That's just been paid up. We're also this close to getting our microphones and stuff, so that's going to be hopefully the end of this month. We'll get those, and then we're going to get Dice Tray Cam, just to give us a bit more flexibility. But anyway, thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed the battle report. Cheers. Okay, here we are. It's the first evening, and we have the Kharadron. What we have got, this is the 43rd Squadron from Barak Urbaz. So, first time out, and Spadge wanted to be the first to face off against them. So, what we've got, we have an Aether Chemist. Aether Chemist, he's got the spell in a bottle. There's his spell in a bottle. So, the Aether Chemist, then we've got two Navigators, those two fellas in the middle. One of which has got the flare pistol. This little guy here. First time he shoots, all of the KO get to reroll hits against the unit he shot. This is the Admiral. Admiral's got loads of command abilities and things. He's the General. He's got the what's it called? Cunning Fleet Master, so that I can redeploy one sky vessel after setup. He's got loads of command abilities. We'll speak about it when we start. So what else do we have? Well, we've got one Grundstock escort wing, which is 2 gun haulers and a frigate, and 10 Thunderers, you can see at the back. So, one gun hauler has got the Breath of Morgrim. The other one has got the collapsible compartments to carry around the nice hero fellas. They've both got drill cannons, so 5s to hit do 3 mortals. Who else? We have the Endrim Master in the dirigible suit. Yeah. He can basically make these guys better at healing things. These are the Endrin Riggers. They can tinker about fixing ships, and they've got a couple of drills, so 6s do 3 mortals, and then a load of saws to cut up some nasty, bad pink demons. And then rounding it out, we've got 20 Arcanauts. So the battle line's made up of 20 Arcanauts and 2 gun haulers, because Barak Urbaz gives you gun haulers as battle line. What else does it give us? Barak Urbaz. So you have to take the certain code. So we have Seek New Prospects for rerolling Battle Shock in the opponent's territory. We have Always Take What You Are Owed. So I get an extra D3 Aether Gold. And then Where There's War, There's Gold. So 1 unit of Skyfarers, once per battle, can get another Aether Gold when they've fought in the combat phase. The other thing from Barak Urbaz is when you spend your Aether Gold, your bravery isn't reduced. So there we go. Let's see how we get on. And we're joined today by Spadge, the master of puppies himself, Orkney's sharpest dressed Age of Sigmar player.
Not Scotland's though.
No,
Grant's
well,
got that.
Grant's got that. Right, we'll let Spadge set up and we'll go through his army. Okay, so it's looking quite modest, quite elite. Tell us what you've brought, Spadge.
Well, for this game, I've brought me crutches. So I have a Keeper of Secrets there, who's my general. She's got the command trait to run in charge and has a crown that stops folk fae retreating for combat.
Is that this one?
No, that one is
that's
Shalaxi
Shalaxi.
Hailbane. She is the named character, Keeper of Secrets. She's very good at talking out heroes, which you so generously decided to give me 5-0 to talk out, is it?
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, I've gone for my favourite battalion, the Epicurean Revelers. So that is my battle line of 3 units of 10 Demonettes. I've got my 2 Exalted Seeker Chariots there, and I've decided to give the newly discounted Fiends a chance. So full unit of 6 there for -1 to hit and -1 to wound in combat.
That's their soporific musk, is it called?
Yep, that's the one.
I remember them licking my characters. I think they were licking Dryker to death at one Masters. Northern Masters, yeah. Oh, it looks great. A good army. And what does the Fane do?
Probably not all that much. Depends on how successful I am, I suppose. I can sacrifice wounds or my crown to it to give me reroll hit rolls of a 1 for a turn. And if I summon anything within 12 inches of it, then I get a discount on the depravity. But that I can't put it in your deployment zone, basically. So
Okay. Right. Well, we'll have a look at the table. Hang on, I've got a chicken dog on my legs. What am I gonna do? Oh, there she goes. She's off. Right. There she is. Bad egg. Right. So the table is set. We have another river because rivers are good. Okay. So this is Starstrike today. So there aren't any objectives on the board at the start because they are going to come. So what we have is. We have a commanding Beast Gate. We've got a damned wood. We have a damned river with a sinister bridge. We have an overgrown village, a couple of huts that are overgrown. A commanding chief's hut. Some volcanic huts. Maybe that's where they cook. We have 2 entangling sort of pincers of upright bones, an inspiring chaos icon, a damned few rocks, and finally we have a nullification wood. So there you go, that is the table. And we're gonna put you on the side, roll for sides, roll for realms, and then see what's what. Okay, so deployment is done. I get a triumph. The Kharadron, they rolled reroll wounds, starting with 2 command points to the 1 from the forces of Slaanesh. We have 1 gun hauler deployed on the very back corner, with 4 of the characters in. We then have some Arcanauts using best advantage of their rebreathers to walk up the toxic river. Bit of cover there, pretty central, not in woods because we wanted to be able to see. The rest of the army is deployed over here. The 10 Thunderers are in the frigate. The Endrin Riggers are kicking about at the back. The characters in there. The gun hauler with the Breath of Morgrim's there. They're within 6 inches. The hitchers, they can hitch all the bubble guys, so they can go with either of those if they choose to fly high. These are too big a unit to go into the frigate unless the forces of Slaanesh whittle them down some. And well, he's quite isolated, but I was just using dead drops really, putting him in a location there and then dripping the heroes in, so that my opponent over there had done all his deployment before I had to put anything meaningful down, and I can make use of my general's command ability to redeploy a ship. So I'll be redeploying said ship before the battle begins. But what about yourself? What about yourself, Spadge? What's you thinking? And tell us a little bit about your allegiance.
Yes, I forgot to mention that earlier. The allegiance ability that I have for this is the Godseeker's Host. So everything in the army has a +1 to its charge rolls, which is amazing. As for why I deployed this way, I just threw everything down and watched Stu squirm.
Yeah, this is the way. It's sometimes the best way. Is a lot of people have a strategy in mind when they come to play a game. And if you fire your whole army down, people tend to react to how you've deployed rather than to their strategy. So it's sound advice. But we've chosen, the realm of Gairan. So all terrain is healing, and wizards, that's the big fellas, know Shield of Thorns, don't they?
Yep.
So they can do that, and I think my heroes can cast it as well, should they want it, because that's just the command. It's a command point, though. So, who's going to go first, sir?
Do I get to choose before you redeploy?
I don't know. We'll check that and come back. Okay, we've checked with the font of all Scottish knowledge with Nathan, our podcast co-host, and he advises us that there was some chatter with the Barrack Mornar one that said that the redeploy takes place before you decide who's going first. So if that's wrong, it's Nathan's fault, not ours. If it's right, well done, Nathan. So what we're going to do is I'm going to redeploy this boat, and then Spadge is going to decide. Now, I'm clearly not going to redeploy right in front of him, because then he'll just decide to kill my boat and all its heroes. So the likely thing is that I'm just going to pick up this boat, and place it right here. So on that basis, in fact, I'm just going to do it, because then look at that live action. I'll put it right there. What are your thoughts now? No, I'm going to put it right there so that it's everybody's the. Jeez, this is great TV. So it's there so that the Endrin Riggers are within 6.
The way that you're piled into that corner there, you'd almost think that you were afraid of me.
Well, you can run, you can charge. I don't know where the objective is yet. And the good thing about these is they can just, once the objective drops, go where I need them. So yeah, I'm playing the waiting game. So who's going first?
I'm a generous soul. You can go first.
Oh, thank you very much. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, so this is new to us both, but we're doing things. So we've had the fleet has flown high. We have the frigate with the Thunderers in. Is going to act as a screen. The engine riggers have I've got to actually measure that just to make sure that they're wholly within range of the unit they hitched with. I'll check that just in a moment because looking at it, it looks quite big. Then we've got the heroes in their boat drop and the other boats dropped. Basically, we're looking to kill the general and potentially the chariot there, and then hope we don't get double turned, because this countercharge from this lot is going to be significant. But yeah, the idea is to kill what we can. So that's that. I'm going to take stock of my shooting phase, and then I'm going to come back in a moment. I can try and record things, but it's going to be difficult. So I think for this first game, we're going to just come back after the event. So we're partway through the shooting phase. The guy with the flare pistol shot the general, using his Aether Gold for reroll hits. He hit, so the whole KO army gets to reroll wounds against the general. The Thunderers used their first Aether Gold to reroll wounds, so they were rerolling hits and wounds. They did plenty of damage, and then the frigate finished her off. So it was pretty nasty stuff.
Very much so.
So we've still got 2 gun haulers and the engine riggers to shoot, and they're all, well, we'll see how it goes. But I think they're probably just going to go into the chariot. We'll be back in a minute. Well, there was less success in the second half of the shooting phase. We did some damage. How many damage did we do over there? 5 damage, I think it was, to the...
6.
6 damage to the chariot. We failed all our charges. We burned 2 command points re-rolling. It's not meant to be. So that is Kharadron Overlords turn 1. And we're about to go into Slaanesh turn 1. See what they can do. Fast. They're angry. They're coming to see us. Shalax is marching up the middle. She's got her fiends in tow. These poor defenceless Arcanauts in the river. At first they thought they were coming for her, but she's probably just going to see where the comet comes. That's what they like to hope. We have some demonettes and a chariot coming up our left flank, his right. As I say, something strong in the middle. We have 2 units of demonettes that have run towards the frigate, but more importantly probably towards the gun haulers, where the nice juicy smorgasbord of characters are lying in wait. And then this is going to do horrible things. This is going to be bad. I know it's going to be bad, which is why I burned all those command points trying to charge it rather than it charge me. So what's you thinking, Spadge?
Well, I'm going to get that chariot stuck in. It might not survive the result in combat, but it's going to do a lot of damage before it goes. And otherwise, I'm just going to see if I can do as much damage to these boats before they inevitably fly up and land somewhere else.
Yeah, fair play. If you get the double turn, the boats are going to be pretty sore. Okay, so do you want to roll your charge? Why don't we do it here, in amongst this area? Because I think it's pretty key. I take it you don't have shooting.
Oh no.
None of that business.
None of that.
Only a really bad egg would have shooting, wouldn't it?
So let's do the really easy one first. I need a 3-inch charge for the chariot.
Okay, let's try it in here.
And I have +1 to charge. Oh, that's gone everywhere, but yeah. Hang on.
10, 8, 10, 11. Look at me, I can count. She's in.
Slot in there. Right. It's a 10-inch, so ideally I would like a 9. Roll a 9 in order to get in there. Well, that's far shorter, that's a 5-inch. So, charging the unit demonette, hoping for a 9. I've got my banner, the pink one, that gives me a reroll. 6. I guess the boat's getting it. So tuck in there. Tuck in there. Then I'm going to attempt to charge this unit, which needs an 11.
Okay. But they get +1.
I get +1, so I need to roll a 10.
That'll do
Excellent.
it. That'll do it.
So let's surround this boat.
No, we don't like you surrounding the boat.
No, that's what I'm going to do.
The boat doesn't like it.
That's what I'm going to do, though. So, they get in there.
He's a bad man. A bad man.
Come on, up you come.
Yes, this isn't good. There's a Fane. There's lots of demonettes. Right, I think I've got some bombs to discharge on you, haven't I? At the end of the charge phase.
Still charge phase. So I've got an ability that triggers then as well.
Okay.
So the chariot's impact hits.
This is filth. This is filth, people. This isn't what you want.
No, unfortunately, I have another rules question.
Oh, good.
How does chariot impact hits affect garrisons?
We're going to read the garrison rules and see. In my first game with the KO, I've just learned a valuable lesson. So, from our reading of garrison rules, despite the fact that these gun haulers are flying high in the air, the base is, for all intents and purposes, the base of the garrison. Each unit within. So this little gun hauler right at the front, exposed without a screen, has just been charged by something that's going to do mortal wounds to each unit within 1 inch of it. Happy days. So, yes. So it's up to you what you'd like to do first. We have the boat itself.
Mm-hmm.
We have an admiral, 2 navigators, and a chemist.
So the rule is, roll a dice for each enemy unit that is within 1 inch of this model after this model finishes a charge move. On a 1, nothing happens. On a 2 to 4, the model suffers D3 mortal wounds, and on a 5 up, it suffers D6 mortal wounds.
Oh, good. So you roll the dice then for the gun hauler?
The gun hauler. D3, so we're doing 3 mortal wounds to the gun hauler.
3, okay, I'll put these here. So we did the gun hauler first. Yeah.
And which hero would you like first?
Well, we'll do the admiral first.
The admiral first. So it's D3.
Oh, good.
The admiral takes 3.
Oh, good. Yes, that'll teach him for hanging out of the window of his thing. Let's do the navigator that's already shot his flare pistol. Yes, always the way.
He's fine.
So let's have the other one. The one who's not got anything of particular note.
That's D3.
Yeah. Oh,
3.
good. 3 for him.
Doing really well at this.
And then the chemist with his spell in a bottle. Come on, take him out.
Oh, I'm hoping for a 5 up here. Oh, well, it's D3.
Okay. Oh,
3 again.
okay. So then there's the other gun hauler, isn't there?
Yep.
Oh, hang on. There should be somebody else. Oh no, you rolled a 1,
Yeah, I
didn't
rolled
you?
a 1, so it's
Yeah.
the other gun hauler. D6.
Good.
3 mortal wounds.
3 mortal wounds to the other one. Right, I'm going to get some tokens out, and then we're going to be back in a second. Oh, and then I get to do my bombs. So, it's not at the end of the combat charge phase, as I envisaged, that I get to drop bombs. It's at the start of the combat phase. Unfortunately, Trixie McBiscuit, whatever her name is over there, has also got a start of the combat phase ability. And because it's the turn of the deviants, they get to do theirs first. So what happens? What happens? Could you tell us about this this special ability?
Pungent Soul Scent. At the start of the combat phase, roll a dice for each enemy unit within 1 inch of this model. On a 2-up, the enemy unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. In addition, for each 2-up, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of this model's melee weapons until the end of the phase.
What the shit? So basically, all of my characters and the 2 gun haulers have already taken 3. They're 5 wound characters. 5 wounds. This isn't going to go well.
This is going to go amazingly.
Right, so let's go for it then. So where are we starting? Are we starting with the Admiral again?
Yeah, let's start with the Admiral. He takes D3 mortal wounds.
Oh, good. Dead.
2 mortal wounds.
Oh no, he's not dead, is he? He's not
He's
5
a 6
wound.
wounder, isn't he?
Oh yeah, so okay, so he's taken another 2, so he's up to 5. And then they've got the chemist, the navigator with the flare pistol, who's not took anything so far.
He's been hit.
Oh, good.
3 mortal wounds.
You good at 3s? You good at 3s?
Very good at them.
Okay. Okay. And then we've got the other navigator. The navigator that's got 2 wounds left.
D3 mortal wounds. 2
Dead.
mortal wounds.
He is dead. I think they definitely are 5 wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got the chemist.
Oh.
Oh.
Reroll that.
Oh no. Roll a 1. 1 or a 2. 1 or a 2.
Because he asked nicely.
He's got a wound left, but he's about to have a lot of attacks put into him, I'd imagine.
Is it second navigator new?
No, you've done both the navigators.
Right, okay. Yes, yeah.
So
2 gun haulers.
it's the 2 gun haulers. So the one with the heroes in.
Is hit.
Yeah.
3 mortal wounds.
Okay, and then the other one.
Is hit. For 2 mortal wounds.
Okay, I'm going to apply those and come back. Well, they did lots of damage, as we've seen. We've applied all that. What number of attacks were you up to on the profile for the card? Because you get +1 attack for each thing.
So it was 25 attacks, 3s and 4s, 1 rend, 1 damage, and 14 attacks, 3s and 4s, no rend, 1 damage.
Ridiculous. Anyway, the gun haulers, they both dropped the bombs. One of them missed, the other one hit, and it did 3 mortal wounds. So before it gets to do all those attacks, thankfully, after 28 wounds dished out on the charge, before anything was swung, it dies. Thank the maker.
You did well. Proud of you. You'll be back.
Yes, right. We'll do the other bombs from the frigate, and then we'll go to the combat phase proper. Okay, so the demonettes, 10 are still at full health. All the attacks were focused on this unit of 10 that we managed to get down to 3. We've taken 9 wounds, so 5 wounds remaining. We really don't want to get double turned. Battle shock. I don't think there's any negatives from me. I'm pretty sure there isn't. So it'll be d6 minus 3.
Oh, I never get a 1. I get some demonettes back.
No.
4. So I've lost 7. So
1.
I lose 1. You with the reroll charges banner. I think you've.
Don't think you need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's looking pretty bad for the poor forces of KO. They really don't want to get double turned.
Nobody feels sorry for Kharadron Overlords.
But before that, we see where the comet comes down.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing as though you... Oh no, you gave me. So I'll roll it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going on my left. It's going over there. Just what we need. Right, we're going to put that down. Oh, let's roll priority and see what's what. So I get to win ties. 5. I'll have a think. And then I'll come back. Okay, so having won the priority, unfortunately I was just out of range to heal up the frigate. So the frigate's still sitting on 8 wounds. It managed to heal 1, which is, well, could be worse. So now it's in a position where it's going to get healed up quite a lot in the next turn. We've selected Shalaxi as the target for the escort wing, so they're going to get to reroll 1s against her. The sky cannon and the drills are all in range. The one with the breath of Morgrim has moved up to try and burn off some keepers with noxious gases. These have moved up in an attempt to help with some kind of fire on the big bad. I was going to cast the comet, but only the initial burst would have got the whole bunch of them over here. What I really need to do is wait another turn, see where things drop. Hopefully, I'm praying that the 2 objectives fall on this side so that I can consolidate over here. If they fall in the middle, I'll drop a comet on something. But things are we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's left. We're gonna go to shooting now. And then I'll come back and hopefully I'll not get double turned. Okay, we've cleared the flank just with the last attack without needing to charge in. So we managed to just about kill 13 demonettes, however it was, with the combined might of the whole of the 43rd Fleet. The Arcanauts moved up. They opened fire. They actually did some wounds, did they?
Yeah, they did 1, I think.
1 wound. And then all the drills and the big cannon got shot into her. So she's taken 5, but it's not enough. Now she probably get to summon another bloody keeper back. How many depravity have you got? How many?
I have 18 depravity, so nowhere near getting a keeper, sadly.
Good.
Well,
what about a chariot?
I might be able to get a chariot. I'll have to consult the table.
Okay, well, we're going to go over there. I scored 0 points, and we're going to go over to Slaanesh. Turn 2. Phase. The movement phase has concluded. The fiends have advanced on the harmless Arcanauts. The demonettes have taken this objective. The chariot's moved up as a screen and ready to push for the next. Shalax's moved over, and as Spadge just rightly said, I was feeling she wouldn't charge in there and try and take on this all on her own, and right enough, it's just been confirmed that she's not going to be on her own. It's now the end of the movement phase, so what's happening?
I'm going to summon in some Seekers.
Some Seekers. Oh, good. So, we'll get the Seekers, and then, of course, there's never any shooting for the good, honest forces of chaos. I am in a more defensive structure this time. Don't think it's great. That Fane is a pain. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, I don't want double turning. It's never nice being handed priority and having to play the defensive game. But we'll see what happens, and we'll come back soon. The Arcanauts fought bravely. Only 3 died, and then 1 ran away when he saw his friends cut down. These strangely sensual beasts have intoxicated them, so they're -1 to hit and wound. They've only stayed good with that many because they burned their Aether Gold to reroll saves. Yeah, it's gonna be a different story next turn, I think. Okay, so you score 2 points. That's 2 points for holding the objective. And then we're going to need to see where things fall. So I think at this point we roll for each of ours, don't we? Yep, so it's at the start of the battle round, before determining who has the turn, we see where both drop. So I'll roll for mine with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hoping for a 6. Northern Invasion does the business. Mine is here, roughly. I'll measure that out in a second.
I'll do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Not what we need. Okay. This is problematic. So now we roll for priority before we measure it properly. We'll go in the hole. Notorious, don't fail me. Yes.
Yep.
Right, we're going to see what happens. Okay, so after much deliberation, first of all, the Arcanauts have retreated. That possibly could really come back to bite me. I don't know yet. These fiends are a big threat. They're going to kill whatever they want. The hero heavy gunship has limped over here. Again, it's a prime threat. It's in prime range for the fiends. If he wants to take this objective, but hopefully I'm going to reduce his numbers this turn so that I can only be contested on certain ones. The other gun haulers moved up to try and get rid of this unit and threat. And the frigate with the Thunderers and the Riggers and the Endrin Master have headed over there with their eyes on this objective and that objective. We're looking for some charges here. They're going to be pretty important. I've only got one command point. So yeah, I'm going to have to have a look and see what these do after the shooting phase. So we've selected Shalaxi as our target this time. So the gun haulers, the Thunderers, and the frigate can all reroll her. We'll be back shortly. The shooting was significant. Shalaxi's no more. She took some drills, and then she took the full force of the Thunderers with Aether Gold to finish her off. I did realise as well that I could have been re-rolling my Gunhauler charges on turn 1, or turn 2, whichever turn it was, turn 1, but you live and you learn. Over here, the chariot was shot off by Endrin Riggers and the Endrin Master. These guys couldn't shoot because they retreated. We've got some charges. We definitely need the charge over here to try and clear off these demonettes and get an extra objective. We're going to do some quick charges. I'll roll them. The gun hauler there needs a 3. Gets in with the 4. And then the unit of Endrin Riggers need a 9. That's a 7. They'll get a reroll with the last command point. They're not a vessel, so... Oh, there it is, 12. Goal. So they're going in. Although normally you're supposed to move them before rolling, I'll roll for the Endrin Master as well, just to make sure. No, he doesn't get in. So I'm going to move those, and then we'll go to combat and see what happens. Right, at the end of the combat phase, shooting was good. The Riggers got in with... They used the last command point and then rolled a double 6. They got them down to 1. Took a wound back in return. However, if a 1's rolled for Battle Shock and then a 5 or a 6 is rolled, I don't claim that objective. This objective will be claimed. Over here is still scary. This is the same, still holding here just for this turn at least. We managed to get this unit down to 2 models. However, it's the same, so we'll have a couple of battle shocks. Do you want to do... Well, you can decide who's first.
Do the Seekers first.
Okay.
So, I can't fail, but I'm fishing for 1s to get models back.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Now, this one, if I roll anything other than a 1, she's going to leg it.
Yeah.
If I get that one.
Oh, let's do it in there again. Oh, so close.
So close.
But that's the end of it. So, at the end of Kharadron Overlords turn 3, we score 3, 6, 9 points. And then we're going to be going over to Slaanesh turn 3. So there's been a bit of discussion, and there's definitely a path to victory. The Seekers have retreated. They've got within 6 of this objective, despite the fact that there's heroes in there. Models within the garrison in the boat don't count, so I'm outnumbered. We were just saying that 25 Thunderers in an ironclad can't take an objective off a single ogre. So there you go. Over here, the Fiends have moved up, looking to delete the Endrin Riggers, then an eye on a double turn, and taking off the frigate. It could be a high-scoring round, this one and next one, if there's a double turn. It's a small charge, that, isn't it? What do you need, a 4?
Yeah, it's a 3-inch.
3. Oh,
So I get
definitely a 10.
So I'm going to get right round here.
Right, so I think they are absolutely smashed off. But they scored the points for the turn they needed to. If I get double turned, it could be a pretty shocking position. I could be looking at being 2 gun haulers and a few heroes, and some out of position Arcanauts versus some fast Fiends. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, combat. Short-lived. The riggers are no more. They didn't even get to lick them or whatever it is. They just pincered them to pieces. They're really... You shouldn't send mechanics into a fight. So, at the end of turn 3, Slaanesh scores another 6 points, which should put it to 8 to 9. But this is going to be a critical double turn, because if you get this... Oof,
Oh, I'm going to ruin your day.
you are going to ruin my day. We're going to Northern Invasion. Here it comes. 6
No.
to 3. Oh, I've got to take it. Otherwise, I'll have no Thunderers, no frigate. And I'll be losing 12 points. I need to focus all fire on those Fiends. So, we're going to come back in a few moments. It could have been so much different if Slaanesh had won that priority. So what we've got is the Arcanauts are shuffling up to get into range. The heroes gun hauler has disgorged them, and it's redeployed over here to take some shots. That guy's not there. The Thunderers have got out. The Endrin guy's out. The other ship's redeployed there. And then we're going to have a ferocious shooting phase. And hopefully that'll be that. We'll see in a second. So there you go, shooting did it. The Admiral shot off the last Seeker. The Thunderers finished off the Fiends after they suffered the bombardment of the rest of the escort wing. And that is going to be a 12 points this turn and a 15 points next turn. So it's a comprehensive one, but either of those, if that last priority, I don't think there'd have been much left for the table. There'd have been 2 gun haulers and, very little. So I think that it's quite a negative place experience for your opponent, because all they're doing is watching you roll dice in the shooting phase. Very little else happens. And I think they're a bit of a glass cannon of the priority going a different way. I think I need to have that choice, so I need to look at ways, if I do carry on playing with them, to have the choice for turn 1 and hand it away, so that you can you're not at risk of being double turned, because that'd be pretty nasty. But anyway, that's that. We're gonna pack up, and we've got a curry ready. So thank you very much. First of all, I think it's an easy question. Who was the demon of the match?
There's only one demon that ran over someone who was hiding in a plane.
Yeah. The chariot, I'm just saying, these disembarked, barely alive, covered in sick and blood, out of the collapsible compartments from their little boat. One of the heroes went in and never came out. I think that the exalted chariot, that was crazy. Do not let those things charge into a garrisoned boat or building with a load of heroes in. Will not end well. So for me, I don't know. I think just shooting in general is just dirty. There's very little else. If things get into combat with you, stuff dies pretty fast. Well, you get a turn with that Aether Gold being able to burn it to reroll saves, but I think, shooting in general. I think the drills did really well from the gun haulers. Those 5s or 6s to hit doing 3 mortal wounds is pretty tasty. Right, food time.
Agreed.
It's curry time. It's a murg masala, although it might be a bit too tomatoey. I added more tomato than normal, so I'll have to see. Yes.
No, tastes good.
It's good. Excellent. Chicken dog, do you need your dinner? Yeah, chicken dog needs her dinner. Can you wait, or do you want it now? I'll give it a now. Okay, chicken dog needs a dinner. Oh, so we were saying we've got the thing on, so... Oh shit, that's going on water. Should be alright, should go. So, we were talking about the different things. Death is more fun to play against. Silver Death's more of a puzzle, you said. And then KO is less fun. I suppose we knew that, though.
Mm. But then it's the sort of game style that folk like to play, though. And fair enough to them. It's no for me personally, but...
No. I mean, I feel bad because I've played against it, and I think it's just something demoralising. Although they only have one phase in the whole game, because the hero phase pretty much doesn't exist. Combat's thin on the ground. Movement's good. I like the movement, but it's all shooting. And that Aether Gold, there's so much re-rolling. There's re-rolling this, re-rolling that. It just gets to the stage where should I bother rolling, or should we just take it all off and just roll priority 3 times and see who wins? Because if you get charged, it dies pretty fast. But it just seems it's when you just sat there watching, and then you think, oh, I can survive that, and then that's just one set of weapons, and then you got it all again. Oh, and then the reroll. It's a bit harsh. I think it is a shame that it's not great fun to play against. Same as Fire Slayers, though, like we were just saying, isn't it?
No, Fire Slayers is...
It's a different kind of no fun.
Yeah. Well, there might be something fun about the Lofnir, is it?
What's that?
One of the lodges you can tap loads of Magma Droth.
Oh, that could be fun, yeah. Yeah. I can't see me playing the KO very often. I just don't... Unless people build lists specifically to beat it, because you can, I suppose. You need a lot of bodies. to block off the movement. Some kind of resilience or some kind of way to, deepkin with all the screens and not being able to shoot. Unfortunately, there's nobody on Orkney that has deepkin. Or fortunately, depends who you are.
Doesn't Sheen have deepkin?
Don't think so. I think he did for a while.
No, as he got shot at them.
Yeah. So, yeah. But, it was interesting. Different for a change. It's pretty unforgiving if you make mistakes. People think it's just point and click, but there's a lot to it in terms of getting your movement right. If you get your movement wrong, like I did when you charged me with that chariot, yeah. If I had not got that bomb, if that bomb hadn't have dropped and killed that chariot, you'd have wiped out my gun hauler and all my heroes in that round of combat. And although they didn't do that much, to be honest, the heroes, it was all about the frigate and the thunderers. But
I think it would have been more of a psychological thing. I think you would have been panicking if one of your ship with all of your heroes had gone down, and that might have put far too much into the chariot to get rid of it and follow up. Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun though for a change. Hope people liked it. People should tell us what they want to see. Spadge has got a Trog army.
It's a glorious army.
And an army of puppies. These are the armies people want to see. But you're going to go against Eric's Bloodthirster list with Kippers, aren't you?
Oh yes.
So that'll be the one. The time that, although I think my Sylvaner. Oh no, it wasn't my Sylvaner. It was Liam. No, he beat that. I must have beaten his 5 Bloodthirster list, I think, did I? Oh, I beat the Archeon list. Sorry. So many lists, so many games. But no, Eric's got the tiara. We're hoping that Northern Invasion goes ahead next weekend, so Spadge can try and take it.
Yeah.
Right. Any other thoughts?
No. I do still like my Slaanesh. They're great fun.
Yeah, they are good. They are good. I think there's a lot of versatility. You can play different types of things. Playing against a Kipper heavy list is totally different to playing a Cav heavy list. I remember Charmers taking all those chariots, a full chariot army.
Chariots and Archeon. That was a great list to play against.
That must do a lot. Anyway, we're going to eat. You don't want to stand watching me drop food all down myself. See you later.